I'm really curious. Why did you dedicate your life to supporting survivors of sexual violence?
The simple answer is God.
Hmm.
God has given me this calling. It is deep within my heart. It is deep within my soul. It's something that I believe God gave me certain gifts to use, and it's up to me to do it, and it's up to me to work at it. I would argue it's up to all of us to use whatever gifts we might have for other people, for ourselves, for other people, and for this world. And just all the things I've learned in my life journey, the people I've met, the women I've met, the counselors, the volunteers, the people suffering, the people ready to kill themselves, the people addicted, you know, all the pain that these crimes cause, and how deep that it runs in so many people. And so I've learned, many things. But if often, so often of the time, if I can be helpful just by being with them and listening and just being present. And if that can actually help their lives or possibly even save their lives, well, I consider that a blessing. And so I will continue to do it.
Now, this may be too personal, but I, I actually I want to make this comment first. My belief has always been that it's really hard for anyone to truly be there for someone and to understand and to give compassion and really even help navigate the healing journey unless they've done it themselves. And
Hmm.
yet at the same time, when it comes to sexual violence and people that have been sexually abused, that trauma stays in our body for a long time. I mean, even hearing me even saying the word sexual violence, like I felt it come up in my body because I could feel.
Hmm.
And and
Hmm.
and I've been on this healing journey for the last 7 years. And I also recognize sometimes that I can be 100 feet from somebody and I can feel that they've been abused.
Hmm.
Now, if somebody's not healed, that can be a scary thing because there's a really odd feeling that comes for some people that have experienced sexual abuse where they can sense it in other people, they can pick up on it. Sometimes, people become predators themselves because that's what they learned. I mean, there's a lot of different triggers. So
Hmm.
then that kind of defeats my argument by saying you've had to have been through it to understand.
Hmm.
From a professional standpoint, what is your viewpoint on that? Do you need to be somebody that's been sexually abused to be able to properly help somebody heal and go through the process of healing their trauma? Or is it best that you haven't been?
I I don't believe you have to experience something to be helpful to someone else. I don't believe you have to, you know, suffer with starvation to be able to help feed people.
True.
And yet at the same time, there's such a there's so much power in when people come forward and they share their story, they say anything, and someone else resonates with that. So there's a depth, a level that people connect with that I can't necessarily connect with them on that level if I don't have similar experiences. So it kind of varies, and people are so different, and it depends. And what you said, thank you for sharing that in the first place. And I think I just wanted to say that that's totally normal to have physical responses, reactions, even by saying the words. To say the word rape is very difficult for many, many, many people, and that is completely okay. And what we didn't even do is give a trigger warning in this interview now. It's just to let people know that if they're listening to this, to really take care of themselves during and after this process, and to turn it off if it's too much for them at the time. So it really varies. There are plenty of people that feel comfortable speaking with me, and there's plenty of people that don't. And that's beautiful to me. I think it's just vitally important that if someone's hurting or suffering, whatever it is, whether it's sexual abuse or something else, to be able to find someone that they ideally trust and that will treat them well and treat them the way they deserve to be treated, and that they build a relationship and really grow in that healing. And if that doesn't happen, to find someone else.